Hello everybody, Remembrance Sunday. Let's see if I can just switch to a chorus. I'm just going to do this because I've meant to do it. I used to have it like the whole song, but I've lost it because of computers getting filled with fluid. Right, so Remembrance Sunday, so remembering all the people that died in the wars, still dying in wars. But I've just been watching like the cenotaph in London, and it's quite moving, watching all the wreaths getting laid down by the various factions and stuff. And I was, my military career isn't any. I was in the combined cadet force at school, at grammar school. And this is England for those that are not in England or in Britain. So you had a grammar school which was supposed to be for cleverer people than secondary schools, which were for like your riffraff. Anyway, I got into grammar school because I passed the 11 plus, which was like the deciding factor. If you passed it, grammar school. If you didn't, secondary school. And I wasn't bad at junior school, which is where you took your 11 plus, and I passed it. And I got past it so well, I got into the A form. And they had A, B and C, which is like, again, how clever you are. A, very clever. B, medium. C, absolutely rubbish. Anyway, end of year exams in the A form, I was so bad, I ended up in the C form, which is the rubbish form. And it was fantastic, because in the A form, they're all people being clever, playing violins and stuff. I played the I had violin lessons for as long as I could get away with it. In fact, I think I ended my violin lessons when I got caned again. That's another thing. They used to cane you a lot. I've talked about it before. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, people playing violins and stuff. And I had the violin because it was a musical instrument. And they let you take it home, and I was trying to do guitar things on it and stuff. I wish I'd known about the ukulele, because the violin's only 4 strings. I could have done stuff with that, but I didn't. Anyway, end of year exams on the A form of the grammar school. I was so rubbish, they put me in the C form for the next year, and I stayed in the C form right until I got kicked out at the end. And it's like the Bash Street Kids. It was just like typical sort of thing that used to happen. It'd be like break time, and the next break time, the next lesson would be geography with Pig Hutchinson. Now, weirdly, Pig Hutchinson was like the commandant of the cadet force, school cadet force, which is what I'm trying to ring this story around, because I was in the cadet force. Anyway, Pig Hutchinson, he was a horrible bloke. So what we used to do in the playground time before the geography lesson, I used to draw it was blackboards then. It was like a roller thing with the blackboard, and they used to chalk on it in chalk, white chalk. But you can't say that anymore, apparently. But anyway, what I used to do is draw a picture of like Pig on the toilet, a pig thing on a toilet, and then roll it back, so that when he came in to roll it down to do his first script, like read this and write things and that, he'd pull it down. There was a picture of a pig on a toilet. And then I get sent to the headmaster's office, and then I get caned and stuff. The other people used to chuck things out the window, all the rubbish out the window, so it was all over the place. And that worked like nearly every time, because the headmaster, when on the days he didn't cane me, just to make some sort of sense, he'd come up and he'd say, have you chucked all this litter out the window? And we was on the upper floor. And we used to say, yes, sir. So he'd send us out to pick it all up. So we used to do that instead of having a geography lesson with Pig Hutchinson, which nobody wanted, which was a good deal. But that's how we got on through the C form. We ended up with like learning nothing, and we weren't expected of being anything, so we never achieved. So anyway, Henry Mellish Grammar School is now no more. It's like demolished. It's a load of flats on it, I think, now. And like the teachers, they used to wear capes, you know, sort of like showing off. I've been to university. But there we are. Yeah, so going back to the me being in the cadet force, I wore an army uniform when we went on parade, and I was a drummer. I started off as a tuba player, E-flat tuba, because they had a drummer side. They had a side drummer and a bass drummer, and I wanted to be on the drums. Anyway, had to wait till the the snare drummer disappeared. Left, moved on, not died, and I became the snare drummer. And then there was Chris Curtis on bass drum. So it's a big bass drum, and you just whack it. And then the snare drum, you do sort of military snarey things. Anyway, ironically, we had annual general parade. Oh, going back, I got caned for having a beetle fringe on the school photo, and apparently it showed, ruined everything. That's by the by. Came to the annual general parade of the cadet force, so got an army uniform on, which is like an old style, really rough thing, which I don't know where they dug them up from army surplus stores or something like that. So I got an army one, and anyway, so we did the parade, and we're doing drumming. Chris Curtis, I'm banging in his bass drum, me on my side drum and stuff. And it came, and the whoever came to inspect our annual general parade, some general or something, he came up to us and he said, "I was really impressed with your drumming," to me, and brilliant. Pig Hutchinson, who's in charge of he was like, I don't know, the major, I suppose, of the combined cadet force. He was really upset that I got a mention in dispatches or whatever, in the praise bit. Even the headmaster, Jethro Strutt, who previously, probably the next day, came up and complimented me on my drumming. That's how good I was. What they should have done is said, "This bloke can drum. Let's, help him go forward," and but they didn't, because they didn't see stuff like that. Because it was old style. It was like, if you enjoy Latin and Greek philosophy and stuff, then I don't even know if they help people like that. Anyway, that's me in the cadet force, the drummer, and getting, like I say, mentioning dispatches or whatever. Came up and actually said, "I was really impressed with your drumming." And my drumming was made up as well. You know what I mean? I did it through feel, because that's what I am. I'm a drummer. Not presently drumming. I'm sort of presently in the field of ukulele, but I've got drumming in my soul, man. Well, in my soul. And so that's that. Have I got any other military connection? Civil service. I've been a civil servant 1997 till 2013, I think it was, and working at a military establishment, training, driver training establishment. So, the kids might come there with no license. They get a car license, get a lorry license, lorry and trailer license, so they could do Arctics and stuff. And then military vehicles, and they sort of had a brilliant, like, cross-country circuit thing. Steep hills, steep up, steep down, slushy mud to drive through. you know, it was good. I had a good time. I wasn't like a star instructor, as in this is a model instructor, but I did get by the head of the union told, and this is true, even though people don't believe me, I was told I was one of the 6 top instructors at the school. Okay, Kev, somebody, I can't remember. Anyway, Kev, yeah, and he told me that, and I was like one of the most rebellious instructors. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not going to be in the A form. I'm going to be in the C form. However, I could cut the chaff from the wheat, sort of thing, and I could get, you know, sort of get people through whatever they got to, you know, driving wise, achieve. You know, I could, you know, chop away all the rubbish and just say, right, you need to do this. You don't need to do that as well. You just need to do this. And so the pass rates were like brilliant and super duper, but they didn't like me because as a civil servant, you weren't supposed to have a ponytail. And the thing was, they sent me on a course. I had the first manager of the section we had. We're all in sections. And the first manager, he didn't like the way I was. So he sent me on a course. And at the time, I'd turned up and I was, you know, it was the first year I was there. And I was in a smart shirt, tie, trousers and stuff, because I thought that's what you needed to do. And he sent me on a course, you know, for attitude. So you go away for like a couple of days, well, a day's training overnight and then come back the next day. So they've basically lost you for 2 days. And the course is all about sort of how to get on with people and be a team player and all that rubbish thing. And where was I going with that? So I came back from that. It'll come to me, probably too late. It's worried me now. Can't think. Wasn't it? Oh yeah, that's it. I was on the course and it was a civil service course. And everybody there got jeans on and t-shirts with holes in and stuff like that. Even the top people, you know, it was like a real laid back. And I'm saying to them, I said, how do you get a job in the civil service dressed like that? They said there isn't a dress code. No dress code. Fantastic. So after coming back from that course, becoming not a team player again, I became less of a team player because I started dressing in jeans and t-shirts with holes in and grew my hair long, so long it got a ponytail. And yeah, brilliant. Yeah, so I did that. It's a complete rebel, but I still didn't lose my job. And there was a point where they were trying to cull people, not kill, but cull, like strip it down. And it's like a government thing. Like, you know, we need to get rid of a few civil servant things, so they tried to thin it down. So you had to be re-interviewed for your job. And surprisingly, despite being in the ponytail, whatever, holes in your t-shirt era, they kept me on. So I jumped that hurdle. Fantastic. And then eventually I left. My last year I was actually in an army, a proper army unit called 110 Squadron. And they put me, long story, but it was a thing to do with my driving licence and stuff. But anyway, they put me in this store as head of the sports store it was. Even though I've got nothing, you know, I've got no interest in sports and I've no ability or knowledge of how to run a store. But I was like a quartermaster, like army sort of speak. And they stuck me in there and it was the best year, my last year, best year I had. Absolutely fantastic. It did actually tidy myself up through that because they're all wearing uniform and stuff like that. And I thought, I'm really sort of taking the piss, carrying on having ponytails and stuff. So I did smarten myself up. You know, I actually had t-shirts with no holes in and ironed them, that sort of thing. Cut my hair and not silly sort of wise. However, if they'd asked me, I would have had it properly army cut and worn like a military sort of uniform if they wanted, because I liked it so much there. The people, they were so good to me and nice to me, unlike the previous 14 years, was it? No, I was there 16 years, previous 15 years, where they're all like either ex-military or the wannabes, and they're trying to score points and stuff and trying to get you done for things like, I don't know, school prefects, you know, go back and walk again. That sort of blarney. Anyway, I'm just going to reboot my old booter. That was a long intro, wasn't it? Right, so the song I was going to do, but I've not found it of late, but this is like a military sort of thing, or a sort of remembering military. And this is the chorus from it, because I haven't sorted out the verses yet. Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning, though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark clouds shining. Turn the dark inside out till the boys come home. Isn't it brilliant? Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning, though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark clouds shining. Turn the dark inside out till the boys come home. I was going to do We'll Meet Again, but I might do that tomorrow, because I think that's enough of listening to me. 17 minutes, woo. Anyway, have a fantastic Sunday, or whatever day it is in your world. Here at 198, it's lollipopland. It's Sunday, and it's now let's have a look, 13:07. So there we are, 13:07 hours. Okay then, folks, thanks for watching. Love you and leave you. Oh yeah, I've got a new subscriber, didn't I? Let me have a look at my note. Or was that yesterday? Oh, that was it. TikToker on me TikTok. I just noticed in my sort of activity that he'd watched a series of, I don't know, 5 of my videos, which is great. I watch the videos and I can't be asked to comment, you know what I mean? So even though I want people to comment to mine, but I'm just thinking, he's watched quite a few of them, and I watched quite a few of other people's, but very rarely put a comment, because I think what I'm watching is like from a year ago or 2 years ago, and so I'm thinking people aren't going to sort of know that you've commented. I don't know how it works, but anyway, so thanks TikToker, thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody else that's watched. Thanks for all my new subscribers and my new followers and commenters. But I do love your comments, because I'm stuck on my own. I've got nobody to talk to. Love to hear what you're thinking. Just talk to me, even if it's rubbish. I talk rubbish. If you got to the end of this video, you know that I do, because you've just watched a load of rubbish. Give me some of your rubbish. Okay? Love you and leave you. Thank you. Bye.